Hi, I'm your Scream Queen Poppy and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a quick review of the film This Is Your Death, also known as The Show. It came out in 2017, it's rated 16 plus and it's 104 minutes long, and I couldn't actually find any information about the box office for this film. A quick summary for this film: a TV show host and a greedy network work together to produce a new programme which platforms and exploits the deaths of its contestants. This film was written by Kenny Akel and Noah Pink, and it was directed by Giancarlo Esposito. This film stars Josh Duhamel and Sarah Wayne Callies. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Some themes for this film: it's a satirical drama, also kind of falls into the game horror category. There are minor mentions of DV and SA. We also have themes of desperation and greed, to see how far the poor would go to better their own lives, while the better off sit and watch. Things I like about this film: some nice scenes. I really like the first scene actually, I think it sets the film up really well. I also really like the scene where you meet the first contestant on their show. I think that really hammers home the reasons people are doing it, and that starts to make you think. I also really like the concept for this film, but I know that's a controversial take because people I've spoken to in real life really don't like the concept for this film, but I really enjoyed the concept. I mean, it's about a show that platforms for monetary gain, but it did make for a really weirdly enjoyable watch. As the film goes on, the deaths become more dramatic, more intricate, and it makes for a more interesting watch in that regard as well. But that's also part of the point and part of the problem. It's also not too gory, which isn't a good or a bad thing, just something to note. And I like the cinematography. They had some nice camera work, some really good transitions and angles. Some things I don't like: I think the script and the acting was just borderline cringy, not enough to put me off watching the film. I still enjoyed the film. And I think the ending, it's sad because it's proving a point, which you'll understand if you watch it, but at the same time I always say I'm a sucker for a happy ending, and I think this was a very heavy film, and to have such a heavy ending as well, it wasn't uplifting at all. You're kind of just left a bit like, oh, when you finish. But again, that's part of the point, and the point of this film can be overbearing at times. It hammers the point of this film home to you, and at a certain point you're going, I get it, it's wrong. And it was maybe just a touch predictable at times, but not too much. And one kind of last con on this: I know the whole point of the film is about the glorification and kind of almost romanticising of death, on-screen death. But I guess you could see it as a little bit perverse with how heavily they touch on this topic. But again, that's the point of the film, so I can't really critique them too heavily on this point. So some similar films for me are like The Purge, 13 Sins, Would You Rather, when we're talking about the lengths people will go to better their lives. And when we're talking about the platforming of death and horror, I think things like the Luther movie remake are really good, and also Ringmaster is another similar film in that kind of regard. So some quick ratings for this film. Rotten Tomatoes only gave this a 1 out of 10. The audience score was a 4 out of 10, but truthfully I did enjoy this film. It's fine, it does its job well, and it was a really interesting concept. I did think about this film for days after watching it, so don't think I didn't enjoy it. So I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. So thanks so much for joining me for this quick review of this one. I would be really interested to know what you think. Go and watch it, truly, go and watch it. It is worth watching, and I'd be so interested to hear what you think. Editing Poppy here. I forgot to mention as well, if this film isn't for you, which I completely get because of the tones of this film, I do have a longer form video on my channel where I go into more detail so you don't have to watch it for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, comment and let me know your thoughts on this video or thoughts on the movie. I'm super interested to have this conversation with you. And please subscribe because I've got so much more good stuff to come. Thank you guys so much again. Bye.